Well, it's that time of the year, if you're in an HOA, to start thinking about how can I improve our HOA? How can I make things better for our members and for our board members? And that means we've got the HOA workshops that are coming up for 2025. And here to tell us more about this year's workshops, we have Betsy Kellums, who is a planner with the City of Greeley. Betsy, it's great to have you here.
Thanks, Amy. It's great to be here.
All right, so I've got my handy-dandy flyer here just so we could talk about this today. And this is kind of a popular series, so I want to start off with anyone who maybe hasn't attended the HOA workshops before to give them kind of an idea of what they're about and what they're for.
Absolutely. The city hosts these HOA workshops so that board members and just homeowners in HOAs can learn about the legalities of owning and operating an HOA. The city has partnered with Altitude Community Law, who has sent up several attorneys for each workshop to just explain the topics and to answer questions. It's been a really great benefit to HOAs in the community.
Yeah, I know that especially last year there were some really popular topics. I'm thinking of particularly the first one. There were a packed room here at the Family Funplex, so that we always try to mix up the topics a little bit and keep things interesting for folks. And again, we have a great series this year. So let's touch on the first one, which is going to be on March 13th.
Absolutely. So March 13th, they're going to talk about board powers and duties versus homeowner powers and duties. What's the difference and why should you care? Obviously, if you are a homeowner in an HOA, then you have certain responsibilities and rights, whereas if you're on the board, you have to put on a different hat. And it's important to know the difference, especially if you're on the board, about what you're allowed to do and what's legal and what's not, what to uphold, what not, and homeowners need to know the difference as well.
Now, as you mentioned before, it'll be Altitude Law that is presenting that. So not necessarily city staff, but I guess I want to say these are kind of like official legal people out there that are kind of teaching and guiding folks.
Yes, they are attorneys, and they do specialize in this type of law.
Now, one of the things that we didn't touch on at the beginning here is that all of the HOA workshops this year for 2025, they're here at the Family Funplex and at the same time.
Yes, they will all be here on March 13th, June 12th, September 11th, and October 9th here at the Funplex. They start at 5:30, end at 8. They're free, open to the public. We do require reservations. We ask for reservations. We're not going to turn you away if you come and haven't signed up.
Yeah, and just, as a little teaser, I guess, some light refreshments sometimes are available.
Yes.
Yes, okay. I don't know. I like the food part, so I like to mention that. So we touched on the March 13th. The RSVP for that is March 11th. Another one I want to make sure that we mention before we run out of time here is the one that's on June 12th. You mentioned that date, and that is Greeley Codes. This is, I want to say a repeat, but maybe an update to what was presented in 2024.
Yes, last year for the first time we had a session where city staff presented on code-related issues and other Greeley-specific topics that relate to HOAs. And that was more of an open house style. They did presentations for the first hour or so, and then they had tables set up around the room. People could go and talk to the person that they needed to talk to.
Yeah, that was a really popular thing for folks to go, and there was lots of questions. But so that's probably part of the reason why we came back. So just real quick, while we have a few minutes here, or a few seconds, I want to make sure that we mention the other topics that you listed, the one on September 11th.
Yes, September 11th. Who is responsible for taking care of weird stuff in the community? And that RSVP deadline will be September 9th. There will be more about that coming, closer to the date. And then October 9th, required policies, do you have them and are they up to date?
Now, it seems like that one might be pretty important to a lot of folks, making sure that their policies and procedures are there and that they're doing it the right way. So some really great topics. And before we head out here, I want to just do a reminder again for everybody where they're going and the times.
Yes, here at the Family Funplex, which is 1501 65th Avenue. This starts at 5:30. The doors are usually open by 5 o'clock, and it will go until about 8 o'clock, free refreshments. And the RSVP is to the Community Development Admin Team. The email is cd_admin_team@greeleygov.com or call 970-350-9780.
All right. Well, Betsy, thank you so much for being here today, and we look forward to seeing you at the HOA workshops.
Yes, thank you.
All right, so if you want more information on those dates that we quickly went over, make sure that you head on over to greeleycalendar.com for more details.